I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful, I am powerful, and I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful, I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful, I am powerful, and I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful, I am powerful, I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful, I am powerful, and I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful, I am powerful. When you feel down and out, sing a song, it'll make your day. Here is a time to shout, sing a song, it'll make a way. Sometimes it's hard to care, sing a song, it'll make a day. It's not so hard to care, sing a song, it'll make a way. Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song, sing a Bring your heart to believe in, sing a song, it'll make your day. Life ain't so hard to retrieve it, sing a song, it'll make your day. Give yourself what you need, sing a song, it'll make your day. Smile, smile and believe, sing a song, it'll make a way. Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song, sing a Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song, sing a
Good morning, everyone. So glad to see so many people in this room today. I have a feeling we're speaking to more people online. It's Father's Day, and there was rain. It was pouring rain when I left this morning, and I drove down the Don Valley Parkway, and I could see sun over the lake, and I knew it would be beautiful here. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Sing a song indeed. My heart is singing for all the changes that are taking place here, and especially with our band as well. So, welcome. We are a spiritual community here to help you feel loved, inspired, and fulfilled, and to know how brilliant you really are, and to help you remember who you really are. And we welcome you here today with us to celebrate with life, to celebrate life and love and laughter. So let's take a moment. It won't take long today. Let's take a moment to welcome each other. So everybody just stand up and say hello. There's a few new people in the room. Yeah, just a few people here today.
It's very true. Hello, my
Hello, sweetheart.
Give me a funnel.
Oh. Good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, it's like you never left. Okay. Okay. So I have a few announcements. Just one or two. If you haven't tried this yet, and I certainly tried it last Sunday at their demo, we have laughter yoga with Kerry and Marjorie, and it's fun. It sure makes a difference when you're laughing. Tomorrow, June the 19th and the 26th, Monday night upstairs.
right through to July.
Right through to July. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, and the other announcement is Wednesday night meditation continues at 6 o'clock with Carol Calder facilitating. Everyone is welcome, and it's free. And don't forget, you have a lot of announcements that come through on our program, but also on our Wednesday newsletter and our Friday newsletter. We have that beautiful space upstairs that we are open to renting out to anybody. So if you know anybody, please feel free to let them know about that gorgeous space. And now it's the time in our service, our celebration, when we introduce one of our practitioners. And our lead practitioner of the day today is Kerry Garnier. And she is welcome a licensed practitioner, Kerry Garnier, today to come and speak to us.
Thank you.
Welcome, Kerry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you-
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. It is always an honor to be up here speaking with you. So I thank you for this opportunity. Welcome to everybody who's here. Welcome to everybody who's online or in the archives. I feel your presence right here and right now. So it's absolutely brilliant and perfect. So this I'd like to talk about this week because this weekend I said goodbye to my mentor and my friend. And this parting actually happened in stages. There were lots of opportunities for precious last times. So I am so grateful that we had so many last Sundays here at the center with Jonathan. I'm grateful that he had my back as I finished my practitioner studies and underwent my oral panel. I was so pleased to enjoy his concert on Friday night. In fact, I am so pleased in this most painful of endings. To me, it has been a conscious completion, a being with the all of this ending, and allowing that to be a springboard to new and wonderful beginnings. So I'd like to share a bit of my own journey with conscious completions, conscious closures. I am a person who, for many decades, would, if I could, sneak in the back door into experiences in my own life. That was the way I preferred to do things. I would sneak in, and then I would sneak out. I was not a beginnings and endings person. It was not comfortable for me. Now, I've learned a lot and just even in the last few years, and now I am less uncomfortable. But I now know why I'm doing what I do. In fact, I really learned about conscious completions about 2.5 years ago as a part of my studies to become an emotional freedom coach, an EFT practitioner, because I was required, strongly encouraged, to learn the aspects of and to facilitate a conscious completion with my clients. Okay, that's what was part of our studies. And I'd like to give you a quote from my mentor, Nancy Forrester, and she's the head of the EFT, the NEFT community in Toronto. She says, endings tend to be difficult, since each new ending brings up the unprocessed emotional remnants of previous endings. Right? I can hear yes. Yeah, a conscious closure, and that was her language, but it fits perfectly with conscious completion, allows us to come to a peaceful place of loving acceptance that the ending has occurred and to consciously receive the blessings and gifts from the relationship in order that we can move to our next experience in a fresh and unfettered manner. Okay, so that was the real beginning of my understanding of why the ritual of beginnings and completions is so important. Okay, further, I learned that each completion follows its own unique path, and there are certain laws that we go through. So I would like to share these laws with you. They come from the book called Spiritual Divorce by Debbie Ford, and these are the laws. The law of acceptance. Accepting that everything is as it should be. The law of surrender, releasing resistance and surrendering to the situation exactly as it is. Only then can thoughts, behaviors, and situations begin to change. The law of responsibility, from a place of loving acceptance, we can look at how we participated and contributed to any trauma in a situation. The law of choice. Having taken responsibility, we can choose new and empowering interpretations. The law of forgiveness. Forgiveness breaks all the cords that keep us tied to the past, leaving room for the law of creation. Experiencing the energy of forgiveness opens the gates to new and more satisfying realities. So during my work with Nancy, I learned a new way of completing events, workshops, and relationships. As a part of our study, we not only had to lead clients through a conscious completion, but also through the processing of their hurts and disappointments in this relationship that we had co-created. So here are some of the questions that I was encouraged to ask my clients as a part of our closing process. What did you hope to gain, complete, or accomplish that did not get done for whatever reason? What regrets are you leaving with? What was not valuable to you in this experience? And how would you like to have had things different than they were? See, I'm getting an emotional response just reading those out to you, and there's two sides to that. The one side of it is the stickiness of the realizing of some of the closures I haven't consciously completed. I mean, I've gone back and done a lot of my work, but I can still feel the stickiness in my heart for things I didn't say and kind of wish I had. The other side of it was a huge aha for me, because I realized just how much responsibility I take in a relationship. And I take more than my share. Just by listening to those questions, I couldn't help but thinking, if there were any regrets on the part of the other person, then wasn't that an indication that I had lacked in the relationship somehow. Wasn't it my responsibility? So that was a big aha for me, that I took on this extra responsibility, and now, 2.5 years ago, was beginning the gift of letting that go. So every time I do a conscious closing like this, I let a little bit more of that responsibility go. I dial it back till it's my share of the responsibility, which allows the other person to have the space for their regrets, for the things undone and unsaid. That was a huge learning for me. It was just huge. So with all this learning, theoretical and experiential, I apply it more and more in my own life directly. So I'm able to acknowledge so much more and experience so much more. And that leads me back to the ending I experienced this weekend. The one that I honor with my good friend and mentor, Jonathan Zenz. Yes, we will see him on Facebook, and he'll be here before we know it. But I don't want to belittle the difficult feelings I'm having. His presence in this community will be missed. His friendship will be missed. I will miss him, and I have regrets at his leaving. But that's all okay, because here's the thing, is it's all an expression of love. So I would like to give this affirmation to you. It is written in the program, and it is a long one. So I'm going to say it once, and then I'm going to say it, and you're going to echo me back in pieces, because I think we can get through it better that way. So here is my affirmation. I embrace endings with love, honesty, and tenderness. I hold myself in grief, in joy, in disappointment and regret, and in acceptance. I know that it is all a brilliant expression of love. So I'm going to say the first sentence, and you can echo back. We'll do this twice through. I embrace endings. Wait. I'll do it for you. I embrace endings with love, honesty, and tenderness. I embrace endings with love, honesty, and tenderness. I hold myself in grief, in joy, in disappointment and regret, and in acceptance. I hold myself in grief, in joy, in disappointment and regret, and in acceptance. I know that it is all a brilliant expression of love. I know that it is all a brilliant expression of love. So do we want to do it one more time? Can we eat it all together, or do I need to break it down?
Do it together.
Do it all together. Okay. I embrace endings with love, honesty, and tenderness. I hold myself in grief, in joy, in disappointment and regret, and in acceptance. I know that it is all a brilliant expression of love. So just breathe that in. Breathe in that brilliant expression of love, and let that drop into your heart space. Let that be the mantra. Let that be what it is with you, with us, right here and right now. And as I allow all of this to wash over me, I encourage each of us to allow that to wash in. As what we know right here and right now is that there is only love. There is in every moment only a brilliant expression of love. And since there is only love, each and every person here right now must be that brilliant expression, that brilliant point of power, that brilliant point of choice. And every moment is a choice. And we get to choose. And this is what I declare right here and right now, that I choose life. I choose love. I choose the full experience. I choose to acknowledge my wounds and heal them. I choose to be in every expression and every experience brilliant, perfect, whole, and complete. And with this perfect knowing right here and right now, as I express, and each and every one of us is that brilliant expression, being with exactly what it is and living that, I am so grateful. I am grateful for every expression of God. I am grateful for the brilliant ways that God sees God and addresses God and is with God and releases God. It is all perfect. So with such a full and grateful heart, I release all these words to the law, knowing that they are done. It is brilliant. It is expressed. And I just step out of the way, knowing that is so. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Kerry. Oh, thank you, Kerry. That was brilliant. It was beautiful and it was loving. I'm so grateful for what you said. It resonates with me as well. The featured song is Time After Time. And we're going to hear from our brilliant band, Maria Carmela as our lead vocalist.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and I think of you. Caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new. Flashbacks, war nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far away. You're calling to me. I can't hear what you have to say. You say, go slow. I fall behind. The second hand of wines. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost and you look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time.
Wow. Wow. We are easing into our transition from one paradigm to another so beautifully with this beautiful band. It's seamless. Thank you, Maria Carmela. And thank you, Brendan and team. And you all look like oldies. Look who's here. Look who's here. Okay. Welcome back, Stephen. Yeah, Stephen's here. So this is the time when we have our speaker, and normally it's Helen, or Jonathan in the past. And now today we have a guest speaker. And I could be standing here talking and reading so much that I read on the internet about you and your long bio, but I'm going to read the short bio to give you all the time you need. So we have Shannon Skinner with us today. Shannon is an award-winning broadcaster, speaker, and author. And she's the host and producer of Extraordinary Women TV with Shannon Skinner on Rogers TV and radio show Shannon Skinner Live on Voice America. She's a regular contributor to a number of publications, including her own personal blog, which reaches millions. Her featured appearances and inspirational talks are inspiring men and women all around the globe. Her signature book, The Whispering Heart, Your Inner Guide to Creativity, provides how-to guidance to discovering and living your dream. She writes for several publications on women's issues and travel, her greatest source of inspiration. And we have her right here in Toronto. So please welcome Shannon Skinner.
Well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, and happy Father's Day. I'd like to send a shout out to my father in Alberta. Actually, just before we started, I was sending him a text wishing him a happy Father's Day. He never picks up the phone, so I don't even bother to call anyway. He's a dad, you know, guys are like that. But I'm so thrilled to be here this morning, and I'm grateful for the invitation. The band, just wow, you know, amazing. And hello to Helen, too, if she's watching. So today I have a few talks that I give, but at the heart of everything that I speak about is really following your heart. And this morning I really wanted to talk about a topic, so I just did it, defying the naysayers. We all know about naysayers, we have them in our lives, and I would just like to address that this morning. So, and thank you for reading my bio, and not reading my long bio. You might be here all day. I actually just celebrated my 51st birthday yesterday, so when you reach at that point in your life, you start racking up stuff that you've done. The good and the bad. Well, I've done all sorts of adventurous things in my life. I've lived abroad, I've studied abroad, I've traveled the world. A lot of it's solo. I've started businesses. I've changed careers, I've become a broadcaster, I've made movies, all sorts of crazy things. But a lack of confidence early on in my life really stopped me from doing many more things that I wanted to do, and I dreamt about. And obstacles would get in the way, like fear, guilt, resentment, and the biggest one of all, self-doubt. But then there are the naysayers. You know, those are the people who will always have something to say that, they will always say something cannot get done, no matter what. They poo-poo your dreams. They can't see your vision. I heard we talked about vision this morning. Now, and I've identified 3 types of naysayers, and I write about this in my book, The Whispering Heart, Your Inner Guide to Creativity. There's a fire-breathing dragon, and that's the one who is negative all the time. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Right? They sear every idea. I want to do this. No! Shh! Gone. Obliterate. We all have somebody like that in our lives, right? Yeah? Okay. I have one. Energy vampire. Energy vampire is another naysayer, right? The energy vampire is somebody who's negative all the time. Nothing's going to work out. Nothing's going to be good. Why even bother? Now, the energy vampire is someone who themselves is dealing with pain, the emotional pain. So they can't deal with your joy. They can't deal with your pain either because they're just in so much pain. So they become a naysayer. And then there's a supporter. Now, these are the sneaky ones because they're the ones that are just saying, yeah, go for it. But I caution you, be careful because now these people you want in your life, you want the supporters. And you want somebody who might say, be careful, take your time. Did you think about this? Have you been aware of that? You know, these are good, but they too are naysayers. The only thing that really truly is not a naysayer in your heart or in your life is really your own heart. It knows its truth. It knows your truth. It's the greatest lie detector God has ever built. So, now why are they like this? Because when somebody can't make their own dreams come true, they don't want you to make your dream come true either. And that's unconscious, I think, in most cases. And I say this not to judge these people, not to judge anyone who's in pain, anyone who's not there supporting you, but to love them and understand them. So when somebody tells you that you can't do something, and that very thing that they're telling you that you can't do might actually be your destiny, it might be your calling, maybe you don't even know it yet, you just have to do it. Now, I've learned this, a few of these lessons over the years, and let me say, like, when I was in my second year of university at the University of Saskatchewan, which is in Saskatoon, in case nobody knows where it is. Yay, yay. I'm headed there in a few weeks again. So I was studying sociology and criminology. At that time, I thought that I had some delusion that I was going to become a lawyer. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't, because I think I would have been unhappy doing it. But too much paperwork for me. But I had this idea that I was going to be a lawyer. And when I was in my second year university, there was a summer job program that came up that was funded by the university, by the government of Saskatchewan, and also by the RCMP, that took on students for the summer, trained them as RCMP at the RCMP training grounds in Regina, and sent them out into communities, paid. Well, I thought this sounded really cool, and I thought, wouldn't it be great to get to know that side of the law, right? Because that's the purpose of it. But you know, I was 19 years old, I think, 19, and I was maybe 110 pounds. And two of my male friends were applying for this, and I thought, you know, because they're criminologists, you know, and I thought, this is going to be really cool, you know, I'm going to be part of this too. And they said to me, you're never going to do it. You can't do that. That was sort of the feedback I was getting. So somehow I found my backbone. And I thought, in spite of you, I'm going to apply and see where it goes. So guess what? I just did it. And I got into the program. So here I am. I go through the RCMP training, firearm training, self-defense, learning how to, you know, pull guys twice my size out of cars, how to shove them in cars. I mean, it was just really the law. Like, it was driving, you know, cruisers and everything. It was really quite something. And it fit the bill for adventure for me for the summer. But here I am. I'm sitting one night in the cruiser, driving. I had a pillbox hat, you know, those hats. We actually weren't issued firearms, by the way, but only one time I was given a firearm, but we were trained. So anyway, I'm in the cruiser, and there's a car that pulled out in front of us, and it's looking a little suspicious. In the meantime, my constable that I'm with, who is my passenger, was teasing me, you're never going to make it. You're never going to do it. You know, who are you? You're wet behind the ears. 19-year-old, 110-pound something, right? So this car pulls out, and it starts going faster. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's going faster. And he says, Shannon, kid, actually called me kid. Actually called me the pierogi queen, because my mother's Ukrainian. So they call me the pierogi queen. Kid, turn on the lights. So I turn on the lights of the cruiser, and the car's not stopping. So it keeps going, and I'm thinking, oh my God. So it's going faster, and it's going faster. And he said, go, faster. Faster. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm thinking, what have I gotten myself into? Like, maybe I'm not cut out for this, right? Like, maybe everybody's right and I was wrong here. Did I miss something? So I just did it. I stepped on the gas pedal. The car was going ahead of me. It was going faster. And now I am full-blown Dukes of Hazzard, driving this car, screaming down the highways of Saskatchewan, off dirt roads, into the fields, guys doing cookies, throwing dirt all over the place, right? He didn't want to get caught. So, and my legs are wobbling, and I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to do this, but I did it. Now, the end result was the guy got away with it, but I did it. I seemed to have to prove something to myself, but this is really the beginning, I think, of my journey of believing in myself. Now, the following year, I decided it was time to take a break from school, and I had this great idea of moving to London, England, and traveling through Europe and seeing the world. I was unsure of where I wanted to go in life, which actually seems to be the story of my life. So I went home to one weekend where my parents were in Saskatchewan to tell my father that I was going to be finished school, and I had this idea, and I wanted to go to live in London. And so I'm sitting there in the living room with my dad, and my dad's sitting there with his newspaper. Did anybody have a dad who sat with newspaper, and every time you're trying to talk to them, they just sat behind the wall of newspaper? Yeah, that was my dad. This is something really important, so I'm trying to, Dad, I'm thinking I'm going to be done school. Don't worry, you don't have to pay for anything. I'm going to go to London. And he just sat there behind his wall of newspaper, and he said, Shannon, you're such a dreamer. So, code for you'll never do it, right? So, my dad's the best naysayer in my life. So, my back gets up. I find my backbone again. And the first thing I do, right the next day, I'm back in Saskatoon, and I go to the travel agency. And it's not even opened yet. I'm the first person there. I mean, this is when we had travel agents. Remember when you used to book through travel agents? So then I'm standing at the glass door, my nose pressed against glass like this, waiting, because I've decided, that's it. I'm going to do it. Bought a one-way ticket to London. I had no plans, nobody I knew. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I had to prove to my father, and probably more so to myself, that I could do it. So I just did it. And I really began my adventures, and really here I am today as a result of that decision. And now, fast forward to the summer of 2010, when I was out one night for dinner with my friends. Exactly would have been this weekend, 2010. It was a birthday celebration. And I was out for dinner with a married couple friends of mine who had known for years. Now, I started to tell them about a new dream I had. Something I've learned in life is that when you start having a dream, you probably want to keep it to yourself. It's probably a good idea, because the naysayers will, breathe their breath on you and diminish it. But anyway, so I tell my friends, I've got this idea. I want to start a radio show. So my friend, and I was very excited, and my friend said to me, Shannon, you're such a dreamer. Where have I heard that before? Which, of course, is code for you'll never do it. So I began stewing, which I'm really good at doing. I went home. I stewed some more. I was determined. I began working on my radio show concept. But then I got even a better idea. How about an online TV show? And so the idea of Extraordinary Women TV came to me. It was born. And then I just did it. I launched Extraordinary Women TV as an internet show, and a few weeks later, it would eventually become a television show. And as a result, hundreds of women have shared their messages of wisdom on my show. I would say well over 300, probably close to 400 now, touching the lives of really thousands of people, if not millions, around the world. So, if you call me a dreamer, if you tell me I can't do something, I just might do it. So, about those naysayers, love them. Be grateful for them, because they serve a purpose. They push you to grow, and they help you live the life that you were meant to live. So just do it. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Your message resonates in so many ways with all of us here. We recognize, there's what you're saying. There's a saying, seeing is believing. Well, it's believing is seeing. When you believe something, when you believe in yourself, you do it. You see it and you do it. Oh, I so appreciate your message. We all appreciate your message. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, on every Wednesday, Helen sends out a newsletter, And there's usually a contemplative message. So I've taken a couple of, some of her message resonated with me, but I've just taken a couple of lines from her contemplative message, knowing that our heart is at the core. It's at the core of all of our interconnectedness with life. But when our heart is numb, life becomes about acquiring things, and people become objects. And when our heart is awakened, we are full of aliveness and joy and oneness. And then we remember who we are, who we really are. And the nature of all reality is love. And the way to know it is to live it through the heart. So I invite everybody to just be still in this moment as we center ourselves for affirmative prayer. For I know there is only one divine intelligence. I call it God. I call it Spirit. I call it the divine presence. And it flows through each and every one of us. It is who we are. And let us remember who we are. And let us declare our oneness. Let us declare our good. Let us embrace the changes, for they are good. There's so much change happening, and the change is good. We are moving forward. We're moving forward in love, in life, in laughter, and in light. And it's guiding us, guiding our direction. So let us declare that all is unfolding in divine right order, right here and right now. And knowing this is true, knowing that all is unfolding perfectly, that we are each of us whole and perfect and complete, and so is our direction whole and perfect and complete. Let's just do it. Grateful for everyone here, grateful for the philosophy of science of mind, grateful for the words spoken here today and the words sung here today. I release these words to the law of mind, knowing it is all so. Please join me in saying, and so it is. And this is the time when we take what we have to give as a means of financial contribution to our center, and some of us are in the Step Up program and contribute monthly. Take what you have to give, because this gift, this financial gift that you have to give us, is the gift that allows us to inspire, to grow, and to expand out into the world. And please remember, you can fill out your prayer cards as well. We'll collect both of them, your investment in the center and your prayer cards. And we'll sing, I believe, What Do I Have to Give? Pierre Gautreau's song. Thank you. Stand up and sing with us.
Just breathe in this abundance, breathe in this love, this light, this power, this beauty, this joy that is everywhere present right here and right now. And what I know is that this beautiful expression of our wealth, of our greatness, is love in action. And I bless this money, this love in action, as it goes forward to bless every single person that it touches. Everybody here has been touched by this beauty and this joy, and it goes out to continue to touch, to be brilliant, to be love, to be loving. And so I am so grateful for this abundance. I'm so grateful to receive it on behalf of the center. And I'm so grateful that it goes out and continues this beautiful law of circulation. So with great gratitude, I release these words to the law, knowing that they are done. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Kerry. Thank you. Isn't it wonderful to have the spirit of Pierre Gautreau, that's his song, What Do I Have to Give, into our new, the Queen Street Band is now the band, and it is a seamless transition. Thank you. That was beautiful. And the band is now going to sing our song of benediction. It's a beautiful song called Blackbird.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
Maria Carmela, thank you for blessing us with your gorgeous, gorgeous voice. We are blessed. We are blessed. Thank you. I'd like to thank the leadership volunteer team today. We have many people who have made this celebration possible. Thank you to board member Lynette, collection practitioner Lena, greeters Linda and Tom. Tom, thank you for joining this leadership team. Thank you. For Christine in the bookstore, Margaret Ann for setting up, and Carol the day before setting up. After service cleanup, Tony, you'll be here, I see. On sound, Rebecca. On camera, Jim. The youth, are Katie and Mahala here? Okay, I didn't see them come in. Katie and Mahala upstairs with our youth. Our community practitioner, if you have anything on your mind and you would like to receive prayer, Linda Vazowski is here to do that for you in the prayer room. 5-minute affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment. So stand in line. And thank you, Nick, for stepping up. Ellen couldn't be here this morning. I sent out an urgent email, and Nick stepped up. Thank you for your beautiful meditation. And Kerry, I had to reach for my Kleenex in my back pocket. Wiping my eyes. Your beautiful talk really resonated with, I know, all of us. Thank you so much. You were brilliant as always. And thank you, the band. Thank you. And especially to Brendan, who is the musical director, and our special lead vocalist, Maria Carmela, and Shannon Skinner. Thank you. Everything you said just resonated with all of us. You fit here. Is there anyone here who's new, who's never been here, who's here for the first time today? Please raise your hand. Would you please stand up? It's okay, it's safe. And to make you feel safer, everybody please stand up. And all of us here, please repeat after me. We thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
We see you. We love you. You are amazing. We are grateful for your presence with us today. Thank you. You can sit down. And let's close out this wonderful morning, this Father's Day, with Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Shannon. Nick.
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, you call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Remember the day I set you free, I told you you could always count on me, babe. From this day on, I made a vow, I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. No, babe, no, baby, no wind, no rain, or winter's cold can't stop me, baby, 'cause you were my goal. Oh, baby, my love is alive way down in my heart, although we are miles apart. If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double just as fast as I can. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. To keep me from getting to you, babe. To keep me from getting to you, babe.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good week.